Okay, good evening, everyone. How are you doing today? Good evening, online. Good evening. Hope everyone are doing good. And did you completed yesterday's tasks? Completed, huh? Super good. How about online? Did you guys completed? Everyone. Nice. Good. Okay, so those who didn't got the time to complete the practicals, please take your time and do it. If it is in progress, still good. So please complete as soon as possible. Okay. So let's move on to the next service here, which is really, really important. As I already introduced you yesterday, which service is that? EC2. So let's go to EC2 today. So what is the full form of EC2? Elastic Compute Cloud. Elastic Compute Cloud. So what is the definition of EC2? If you remember, it's a AWS service where we can launch EC2 instances. That is good. That was the definition when we were learning initially. So today I'll tell you one more definition here. So EC2 is a web service or not? Everything in AWS is a web service. Everything in AWS is a web service. So EC2 is a web service, S3 web service, RDS web service. That is why we call it as Amazon Web Services. So can we also call EC2 is a web service from AWS or not? So what it is providing, that provides resizable, what's the word I'm using here? Resizable compute services in the cloud. What's that? Compute services in the cloud. So EC2 is a web service from AWS that provides resizable compute services in the cloud. What is the meaning of resizable here? Both. So we have two T's. What are those? Elasticity and then scalability. So what is elasticity? How do you achieve elasticity? Using auto scaling. What is auto scaling? Scale out, scale in. So whenever we need, can we scale out or not? So when we can increase the number of servers or not? And then what is the scalability? Scale up, scale down. Anytime we can go and increase the capacity or not. So this is called resizable. What is that called? Resizable. Now tell me the definition. EC2 is a web service from AWS that provides what? Resizable compute services in the cloud. So here it is important, resizable. What is that? Resizable. So what is the meaning of resizable? Resizable is equal to, we can say scale up, scale down. Or we can say scale out, scale in. Nice. So what is scale up and scale down called here? Scalability. Scale out and scale in is called elasticity or auto scaling. Okay, EC2 is regional or global? EC2 is regional. EC2 is regional. So here you know very well, what are the servers called here? Instances. What instances are those? EC2 instances. So EC2 instance, what you can do? Can you go and launch EC2 instances? Once you launch the EC2 instance, will be in which state? Running state. Can you stop the EC2 instance? Can you start the EC2 instance? Can you reboot the EC2 instance? And finally, you can terminate. Terminate meaning what? Delete. So tell me here, when EC2 is in running state, billa, no billa? Bill. Okay. So when EC2 is in stop state, billa, no billa? No bill. When EC2 terminate, billa, no billa? You know very well. Do I need to explain that? No need, right? It is just like your fan and AC. So if you switch on your fan, obviously you will get the current bill or not. If you switch off, will you get the current bill? Obviously. And then how much you need to pay? Tell me. Okay, now I'm saying this is the fan is running here. Can you tell me how much I need to pay for this fan? How much we have used, that much we need to pay. Yes or no? Similarly, it will apply here also in AWS. Pay as you go model. Which model? Pay as you go model. So pay as you go model meaning what? How much you have used, you need to pay for that only. Let's say you have launched an EC2 instance and used for 2 hours, you need to pay for how much hours? 2 hours only. If you stop the EC2 instance, do you need to pay for it? No need, right? So if you stop, no need. If the EC2 instance is running state, then only you need to pay for it. Yes or no? But here you already have an AWS account, which is 1 year free tier. You have 1 year free. Yes or no? So as you have the free tier account, EC2 instances are free. But I would say there is a very bad terms and conditions apply here. So 750 hours are free. How many hours are free? 750 hours per month. Per month are free for you. So now per month, generally, how many hours will be there? If you calculate 720. How much? 720. If you calculate, so 720. Sir, 720, no, but why AWS is giving for 750 then per month? And we are talking about EC2. When I'm talking about EC2, it is only EC2. Okay, so let me explain that. What is the pricing model that we use here? Pay as you go. So price meaning pay as you go. And remember, you need to pay every hour. AWS will charge you every hour. That meaning how many hours that you have used the machines, those many hours you need to pay for it. So here, for example, 750 hours meaning it is not only for one EC2 instance. Okay, let me give an example. You have launched EC2 instance and used only for 5 minutes. You have launched EC2 instance and used only for 5 minutes. And then you got scared about bill and you terminated. Again, you launched EC2 instance, you used for 5 minutes. Again, you terminated. Can you tell me AWS will charge for how much time for this? Bolo, other people. Some people say, obviously, you will have 3 answers for this. Number 1 is, some people say 10 minutes. Some people say 1 hour. Some people say 2 hours. Huh? None of the above. Tell me how much. Louder. 10 minutes. 2 hours. 3 hours. Free. Now it is free, but I'm really 750 hours is free for us, but in general, I'm asking. Okay. Let me 10 minutes. Okay. Let me give your personal example. In nowadays also, do you go to the internet cafe? Internet. You used to go now before. Now it is everything on phone. I mean, sure. I mean, what I want to say, generally, if you want to book some Tatkal tickets or anything, so generally we used to go, right? At least we used to go. We don't have computers in our home in the previous years, right? So now tell me, now also we have internet cafe. Per hour, how many rupees? 10 rupees, huh? That's all, huh? 20 rupees generally, right? Okay, fine. Assume 20 rupees. How much? 20 rupees. So per hour, it is 20 rupees. You went inside and you use the machine for only 5 minutes, you came out. So do you pay only 5 rupees or 20 rupees? 20 rupees or not? But you have used only for 5 minutes, no? Then? Because the internet guy, that guy told it is per hour. Per hour. Here also AWS is charging per hour. Whether you use it 5 minutes or 10 minutes or half an hour or 50 minutes or doesn't matter. He will charge for 1 hour. Here also AWS will charge for 1 hour. Based on that, can you tell me how many hours it will be charged now? 2 hours. Right answer, right? So how many hours now? 2 hours. So No. Pay as you go, madam, meaning it is based on R. Based on R. That's all, no? So, but there is a concept also in coming days. We pay per second also is there. So it's not implemented yet. But at least for now, EC2 instance, you need to pay per hour. It is charged every hour. Whether you use or if you launch EC2 instance, you need to pay for 1 hour. Simple as that. Okay. So how many hours here? 2 hours. How many? 2 hours bill. But don't worry. Okay. I want to tell you one thing. I already tell you how much budget that you need to keep for AWS. I said how much? 200 rupees for AWS. I didn't say about DevOps yet, right? Let's concentrate on AWS. So AWS maximum, I said the budget is 200. So most of my previous students, every batch doesn't cross the more than that. But I want to tell you one thing, but you should not get scared. Put your hands on your heart. Be brave. Okay? I'll tell you one thing. Luckily, it's not our batch student, other trainer batch student, not Ria sir batch. That will not happen here. Other trainer batch student, he got a bill. You know how much? 10,000. How much? Guess. 1,000. If it is 1,000, should I tell you? By the way, do I need to? 4 lakhs. 4 lakhs. And when I heard this immediately, I said, "What పేరు చెప్పండి sir? Where is he? Right? I need to go and put him a garland and for his trainer also." Right? So the thing is, literally 4 lakhs. But I don't know what the things that he has done there. But definitely you should not get scared at all. Okay, so everyone have this mindset. My AWS account, I'll get the bill. Don't worry that at all. So just follow my instructions. If you follow my instructions, you don't get the bill at all. Okay, but remember, but you have the card there. You have attached the card, right, already. So do not worry at all. So I will be telling you what to click, what not to click. So when I say click this, click it. When I say don't click it, don't click it. If you ask me, sir, why don't I click? Click. Click, no problem. Then who will click you? AWS will click you, right? So just follow me. If you follow me, no bill. If you don't follow me, AWS will send you the bill. Okay, so do not worry that at all, and take out that mindset from your mind that I'll get the bill, I cannot do the practicals. Yes, you can do the practicals, but carefully I'll be telling you, don't click these things, right? And you might also think, right, sir, how do I remember whether I need to click or don't click? That is my responsibility. I'll teach you so that everything will inject in your brain, so that click or don't click, you will get to know automatically also. Okay, and none of my students in these many years haven't got any bills at all, but maximum 200 or 300 rupees. But for you also, you will get that much only. Okay, Nan? Fine. So because I need to talk about the billing first, yes? So that's the reason I talk about this. Okay, fine. So AWS will charge you EC2 instance every hour, or you can say every hour, whichever you want, right? Every hour. So you might be knowing what mistake he did. If you share that reason, we'll keep it in mind and we'll learn. So he was not my student, no. He was not my, if it is my student, then I would have known the reason. But he was not my student, and somehow I didn't got the reason. But for sure, I know what he has done. But I'll be teaching you that also not to be doing it. Okay? Fine. Okay, Nana. So let's move on. So I want to ask you one thing, for example. You know, do you like Pani Puri? Okay. Okay. Golgappa. Assume. Do you know? Of course. Why don't we know this? So assume that you have a Pani Puri guy standing over there. Yeah. So let me give you one example here. Can you tell me? I think that is the most of the favorite item that most of the people like. 80% people like and you go and eat. Tell me, guys, for him, how many different types of customer that guys might have. I'm not asking about number of people. I'm saying types of customer. There are different types of customer or not. Let's say, for example, in your batch also. Samantha, I'm scared. Why do you want to scare? Huh? So, Samantha, I can call you multiple times that name if you want. Okay. Don't worry, Samantha. Okay. I'm here. So, I said like, sir, bill amount. What is that? And okay, I'll tell you one more thing also for you to make you a little bit console on it. So I said that that is not our student, that's other guy's student. And by the way, he didn't pay that. Okay. He didn't paid, right? So what he did was, remember, for the first time, AWS will waive off that bill if you are a student. Okay, so just in case if you get a bill that you cannot able to handle it, so you can create a ticket with ADLs and start begging him that unfortunately I did this, please help me, I cannot do this, and please help me to waive off this bill, I cannot pay it. So if you say that, AWS will help you to waive off first time, but will you use that opportunity for 200 rupees? Just in case if you get, don't, so at the end of the course, let's say for example, after doing DevOps also, you get some little bit, right? Few hundreds, it's okay. But just in case, without knowing if you have done something, so, and you can ask AWS to waive off it. Don't worry that now. Okay, now you're relaxed. Okay. Yeah, fine. So I was asking about the different types of customers in Pani Puri. So guys, most of our people also have our friend batch that we go and eat Pani Puri, right? Can you tell me? Can you just tell me there are different types of customers? Well, okay, प्याज थोड़ा extra प्याज डालो. Okay, that's fine, right? थोड़ा प्याज customer. Okay, fine. But without any delay, let me tell you the for that. Assume we have Puneet. Puneet, like customer, what he'll do? Let's say you all guys, if you want to eat Pani Puri, what will you do? How much is plate puri? 20 rupees. What do you do? Put 20 rupees in your pocket, or you have the phone pay, whatever. Go, ask him, eat it, pay it, go. That's what we do. Yes or no? Very straightforward. Yes or no? So there are another type of customer. What that this guy will do is, this guy will do, he will just standing over there. Pani Puri guy will say, hey Babu, come. No, he'll say, no, please complete all these things, people. Let me free. I don't want. So every time that Pani Puri guy asks, please come, I'll give you. But he'll say that, no, let them finish first. Can you tell me why he's waiting for? Traffic. Tell me, I want to know your mindset. Kappa. Good. Okay, fine. That was the main problem with all of you. Okay. Any other time? Masala Puriya. Okay. You don't have money. Okay. Best service to eat slowly. What is that? What is that? Bargain. What is that? Bargain. Yes or no? Because he's very shy, no, in front of others. So what he'll do is, khata, okay. So, so what he'll do is, once everyone left, he go to that person and he'll start dealing with him. What he will deal? He'll say that, hey, Pani Puri guy, I'll come to you only. Every day I'll come here only. Do you see there is another guy standing there? I don't go there. I'll come to you only. I'll eat here only. I'll come here only. Okay, bhai, good. You come eat. I'll give, no problem. Why you're saying all these things to me? And he'll say, discount. Or is that? Discount. Panipuri guy will say, Arey, already 20 rupees. In that, what is the discount? I said, no, I'll come here. Daily I'll come. Now tell me, okay, Panipuri guy will say that, okay, daily will come. Sure. Sure. Promise? Promise. And today he ate for 10 rupees. Can you tell me tomorrow will come or not? No. But the thing is, the dealing is happening here is business dealing. So business dealing is, he will say that customer is telling, I'll come to you only regularly. Please give me the discount. Can you tell me how the businessman here, Pani Puri guy, will trust him? What he will do for that? Tell me. Think. Huh? Uh-huh. No. How he will tell, what he will ask for that? Advance payment. Yes or no? What is that? Advance payment, yes or no? So a Pani Puri guy will say, pay me 500 rupees. I'll keep with me. Come daily now. Come daily. The customer will definitely come daily or not? Customer definitely will come daily and but he'll get the discount or not? For 10 rupees he'll give. Because that is a customer, the businessman also got the money and the customer also got the discount. It's a win-win situation or not? Yes. Do you see the business mindset? So guys, a small Pani Puri business guy has this kind of customers. Just imagine AWS has how many types of mental customers. Yes or no? So for these different types of customers, AWS came up with something called different pricing models. What's that? Pricing models. So let's go with the pricing models now here. Pricing models in AWS. So the first pricing model that what we have is on-demand instances. Say that. On demand. Actually, guys, I no need to go this much deeper because this is DevOps with AWS, but I have promised you that I'll be giving the complete AWS also, right? For that reason, I'm going deeper into the subject. Okay. Otherwise, I can say that you need to pay every hour. That's it. 750 hours are free for you. Enough. Right? But I'm going deeper here so that this will help you to clear the exam, not only certification, any exam. On-demand instances is the one which the first type of customer like you and me. What? He has a money, go, eat, pay, that's it. Yes or no? You go ahead, eat it, pay it, and leave that. So here also same thing. If you want EC2 instances, customer is saying, hey, AWS, I want to launch EC2 instances. AWS, come, go and launch. This customer will launch how many EC2 instances that he want, how many hours that he want to use it, and pay for those many hours and go. Simple as that. Yes or no? So this is a fixed price or not? This is the fixed price, and you need to pay for hourly base. And you need to pay for what you have used or not? Pay for what you have used. So we need to pay per hour. Do you need to do any commitment here? No commitment. Do you need to do any advance here? Instead of saying Gali is advance, you call it as professionally upfront payment. What's that? Upfront. Upfront meaning what is nothing but advance only. So do you need to do any upfront payment here? No upfront payment. Any predictable usage here? Any predictable usage? Now I'll be using only 4 GB. I'll be using for next 6 months only 4 GB. No, I don't. I want 4 or 8 at time, whichever I can launch. Okay. So no predictable usage. Clear up? What instances? What model is this? On-demand instances. Say that one more time. On-demand instances. Next one here we have something called reserved instances. Say that. Reserve instances. Reserve instances. So reserve instances meaning the discount wala. Okay. So you come to AWS and say, hey AWS, I want to come to you only. AWS say, okay, no problem. I want to use here only. Okay, use it. I want to launch EC2 instance here only. Use Rabai. I want daily, I'll come here only. Daily you come. I don't go there. There meaning who? Azure. I don't go to Azure. I don't go to GCP also. I'll come to you only. Okay, bhai, why you are saying all these things? Discount. What is that? Discount. So AWS understood that no problem. You are my boy. I'll give you a discount. So, but AWS will ask for the commitment or not? You need to come here, right? So AWS is asking for long-term commitment. What's that? And customer AWS is asking, you need to commit me 1 or 3 years. How many years? 1 or 3 years. So long-term commitment or not? So long-term commitment. How many years, Nana? These are all certification questions. 1 or 3 years. And we need to do the upfront payment here also not? Definitely we need to do the upfront payment. Upfront payment is there. You can pay the full amount. Guys, upfront payment is like, let's say you go and purchase a bike or car. What? You do the down payment or not? It's nothing but down payment, but we should not call down payment. You should call it as upfront payment. You can do the full payment or you can do the partial payment also. Okay, now customers say that, okay, AWS, I understand, I respect you, I'll commit for you for 1 year. Then it is your turn now. Tell me how much discount you'll give. Can you just expect how much discount that AWS will give for this? 10%? 72%. You drop your jaw, correct? Yes. How much? 72% discount AWS will give, that too per hourly charge. Let's say, for example, you launch one EC2 instance, you are paying for 10 rupees per hour, example. And if you reserve it, how much you need to pay? 2.5 or 3, that's it maximum. So that is called here reserve instances. You are reserving the instances for how many years? 1 or 3 years. 1 or 3 years. So here I'll say up to 72%. How much? Up to 72% discount on hourly price. Now here tell me, predictable usage or not predictable usage? Predictable usage. Nice. And in reserve instances, we have 2 types of reserve instances. We call it as standard RI. RI meaning reserve instances. And another one is convertible RI. What are the two ones? Tell me. Standard reserve instances. Another one, convertible. Standard meaning the one which we are using now. So that meaning which wala that 72% discount that you get it and use it for longer workloads. If we are committing for 1 or 3 years. Convertible RI meaning, let's say for example, you have an EC2 instance of 4 GB RAM. How much? 4 GB RAM. And you went and then reserved this for 1 year, 4 GB RAM. You tell to AWS that, hey, 4 GB RAM I'm using for 1 year. Later, what you got to know is this 4 GB RAM is not sufficient. You are increasing to 8 GB RAM. So you need to convert or not. So if you have this kind of requirement, so which reserve instance is that? Convertible. This is also used for long workloads with flexible instances. And you much 66% discount here. How much? 66% discount. Okay. Now you purchased a bike, new bike, and use for 1 month. You didn't like, or you don't have usage. What will you do? Sell it. Yes or no? Where do you go? You go outside or wherever you go and sell it. Yes or no? And you can buy another one also. Yes or no? Yes. And whatever the amount that you have paid, everything you will get it back from the new customer or not? Yes. Here also, just in case you have reserved the instances for 1 year, and if you don't want, what is that? If you don't want that, so anytime you can go and sell the reserve instances, where there is something called reserve instances marketplace. What is that? Reserve instances marketplace. So generally most people will go for the standard RI only. So, but I'm telling you a little bit more here. You can buy and sell reserve instances in RI marketplace. Which place is that? RI and reserve instances marketplace. So changing to standard to convertible. Yes, you can. And then, sir, can we use reserve instances for cluster? Yes, you can do that, Lucky. Wherever, whichever the service is using backend EC2 instances, you can reserve it. Okay. Is it clear, Nana? Reserve instances. So what are the 2 models that we have learned here? On-demand reserve instances. In reserve instance, you have again how many types? 2 types. What are those? Standard RI, convertible RI. Next one here is spot instances. Say that, spot instances. So whenever I say to repeat or reply, you want me to inject in your brains or not? So if you want to get injected, so you have to repeat from your mouth. Okay, don't say with your eyes. Some people say, tell me spot instances. Don't say that. So use your mouth, right? Call it as spot instance. Because when you say with your mouth, so that connections will be there in your brain. Okay. So spot instance. Spot instance is meaning, let me give you your personal example. Do you know what is bidding? What bidding? Auctioning. Yes or no? Okay. So those who don't know what is bidding and auctioning, I think most of the people know, right? Yes or no? IPL bidding, people do, right? So, okay, fine. Let me give an example. Let's say, for example, I have a nice donkey painting. What is that? Donkey painting. I have a nice donkey painting. And I'll say, this donkey painting is 5,000 rupees. Base price. What price? Base. Now start doing bidding. Puneet, 10,000. Wow. Hema online, 8,000. Hey, he's saying 100 rupees possible, because base price is what? 5,000. That is also one important point, right? Shiva, 10,000. 11,000. Okay. Offline 11,000 here. Online. What online? You 11,000. Offline. Hey, hold on. Hema is 1 lakh. Let's fix here. Okay. Let's fix. Hema, send me your mobile number. I'll send you the donkey painting. Okay. I'll give the phone pay number also. Okay. But do you understand what you did here is what? Bidding. What you did here? Bidding. So similarly here also, in Sudaido, 10,000 crore. Okay, fine. So this is called bidding. So coming to the same example, in infrastructure point of, from AWS point of view, in AWS, now let me give an example. You have a laptop now, or EC2 instance you launch. How much GB RAM? 8 GB RAM. How much? 8 GB RAM. Will you be always using 8 GB RAM? Definitely no, right? Today you might be using 2 GB or 3 or 4, but you definitely cannot use for 8 GB RAM continuously. But you have purchased how much? 8 GB RAM. But you are not using it. Like this, just imagine not you. You might be having 10 machines or 100 machines or 1,000 machines. Like this, we have multiple lakhs of customers. Just imagine all these people launch EC2 instance and those they are using RAM up to mark? No. So all are getting wasted or not? So what AWS thought is, he has an infrastructure which is no one is using it. And what he did is now he started bidding it, auctioning it. What he started? Auctioning it. He will say, hey, you want, yeah. So he say that, let's say for example, you want 64 GB RAM. How much GB RAM? Very high price or not? 64 GB RAM. And AWS will give you for the cheaper price because it's bidding. You have the bikes, cars also, they will do the bidding or not? BMW, they will give it for only few lakhs only. Yes or no? So here also, big EC2 instances, they will give it for very cheaper price, but you need to bid it. AWS will give you the base price first. For this machine, let's say 10 rupees base price. AWS will start 10 rupees. And now how much you need to bid? 10.5 or 11. If AWS is okay and no one is bidding at that time, you will get the machine. How much? 6 big machine for cheaper price. But Pusuk, someone bidded more than you at that time. And the machine is with you. The machine will get jumped to that person or not? Yes. So in this concept, spot instance concept, the machines will be with you forever? No. So you can use big machines for limited period of time, and then anytime that machines can be lost. But can you use this machine for application server, database servers? No. If you have a requirement that you want to use you want to do some task or process or calculation or do something for limited period of time, then go and launch these machines. Easy or not? Instead of going, listen, instead of now I have a task that is taking 1 day for how much? For 4 GB RAM machine. Is it good to go and launch on-demand EC2 instance 4 GB RAM and use for 1 day? Or just go to the spot instances, get 64 GB RAM for cheaper price, and 1 day work, which is 4 GB RAM, you have 64 GB RAM. This will be done in 1 hour or not? if you have this kind of mindset, so you can go with the different types of models here, right? So what is this model here called? Spot. And do you expect, how much discount that you get here? 90% discount. How much? 90%. And then here, remember in certification or anywhere, if anyone asks you related to bidding, auctioning, so what is this? What is the model that you should use? Spot. You will get huge capacity. No, it will be there for you, Harish. If you stop accident also, the data will be there. But that concept, we have the volumes concept, no, Harish. So guys, did we learn about the volumes concepts? EBS volumes. If we stop and start the EC, data is lost. No, right? So data will be there. So huge capacity for cheaper price. How much discount that you get here? 90% discount. But can lose instances or not? Yes, but this is the most cost effective model or not? Most cost effective instances in AWS. Is it clear, Nana Spot? Kishore, but there are so many machines that are not used, no? Yeah, but not dedicated. Okay, as this guy Vinit said dedicated, let me introduce that model also for you. Okay, see here. Do you remember host machines? Host machines are handled by AWS. What is it in the bottom? Hardware. On top of it? Hypervisor. What is that? Hypervisor. So here we have the host machine. And host, what you have here on the hardware? On top of it, hypervisor. Okay. On top of it, what we create? Virtual machines. Yes or no? So this is the host machine. We'll say this is a host machine. Like this, we have multiple host machines or only one host machine? Multiple host machines will be there by AWS. Just put, let's have two machines now here. So we have our customer here. Who is here? Let's take Vinith. We have our Vinith. Okay. So Vinith has launched EC2 instance. Vinith has launched EC2. That EC2 instance will go and sit over here or not? Yes. EC2 instance will go and sit over here. Okay. Now, there is another customer, Vinith. Okay. Vinith is also here. So Vinith also launched EC2 instance, and the EC2 instance will also go and sit over here or not? Okay. But they are the platform they are using, the tenancy they are using is dedicated or shared? Shared. What is this name here? Shared. Tenancy. Tenancy meaning platform. Platform is here shared. Tenancy is shared. Because we have two customers. Two customers are using the same host machine or not? So these two EC2 instances will talk to each other? No. Because those are two different customers, no? But don't worry about it. You go to restaurant and one guy is vegan, another guy is non-veg guy, right? They order the food, but they have the same kitchen in the back end. Do you worry about it? He will come, you will get that, sir, this is the veg biryani and this is the non-veg biryani, right? You will eat it, but do you worry about how it is there in the handle backend? No. So here also the same thing. In the backend, right, AWS will take care of this isolations. Okay. Now, this is tenancy is what? This is important word. Tenancy. Say that. Tenancy is what here? Shared. Tenancy is what? Shared. Okay. Now, we have our Hema here. As I remember her, because she bidded that donkey painting a lot. Right? Hema, just kidding. Okay, Hema. Okay. So, Hema, we have Hema. What she did is, she also launched an EC2 instance. And that will go and sit here. Yes or no? No? That will go and sit here. But what Hema need is, Hema is a very good, very big company, very big business. And he or she said, Hema, I don't want any other customer to launch EC2 instance in the host machine. I want dedicated. I want what? Dedicated host machine. What is that? Dedicated host machine. So here, tenancy is what here? Here. Tenancy is dedicated. Only Hema will be launching. So whenever she launch an EC2 instance, only the EC2 instance, Hema's EC2 instance will be here on the host machine. This host machine shared to others? No. So if you want to have this kind of model, let's say you have very confidential data. So is it good to share like this? No. So in that case, they will go for the dedicated host machines or not? Yes. For that reason, there is a next another model, we call it as dedicated host. What's that? Hema purchased the everything entire host machine or not? Yes. Not only one EC2 instance, the entire host. Can Hema purchase 2, 3, 4 host machines or not? Yes or no? Okay, now Hema want to launch EC2 instance. Can Hema select first host machine, second, third, fourth? Their EC2 instance can be placed in any host machine or not? Yes. So do you have the control on the placements? Answer is yes. Because Hema can launch EC2 instance in any of the host machine because Hema went and purchased dedicated host. So if you want to book entire physical machine, so you have control on instance placements, This is called dedicated host. There is also another model called dedicated instances. What is that? Same concept, but you have control only on the instances, not on the hosts. So no other customer will share here. No other customer will share your hardware. But in this case, do you have any control on the placements? No control on the placements because you have control only on the instances. But do you have control on the host machine? But if you want to have the control on the host machine, which model you should go? Dedicated host. But here, dedicated instances meaning you have control on the instances, but you don't have control on the placements. Okay. So no control on instance placement. Next. So let me give one real-time example that I have faced. There is one Lambda function in my production environment in office, and that Lambda function will get triggered. Can you tell me which is the service will trigger Lambda function? Arey wow, man. Too good. Very good memory power. Right? Which one? Event Bridge. So Event Bridge, not only Event Bridge, any service can go and trigger Lambda, but I told you Event Bridge at now. Okay. So Event Bridge has triggered the Lambda function. You know what is the code is there in Lambda function? In the Lambda function will go and launch 100 EC2 instances at a time. How many? 100 machines you should launch. That is my requirement. So whenever Lambda triggered and my 100 machines should get launched or not. But it has launched only 60 machines, 60 instances. And rest of the 40 instances, it says out of capacity. Was that? Out of capacity. Then I thought, Arey, how come AWS will say out of capacity? Possible, sometimes it is possible. Let's say you get to go to Mayfield or Pista House and all of a sudden you went with a lot of good hungry and all of a sudden we say, sir, biryani is over. Possible or not? Possible. Then you will say that, how come it is possible? Pista House, come on. But here also in AWS, there is a possibility that there will be a out of capacity at that point of time. But in my production environment, need 100 machines. How many machines got launched? Only 60. 40 machines didn't launch. That meaning I'm in loss or not? My customer is not happy or not? So in this case, if you have this kind of requirement, you can go for something called capacity reservation. What is that? Capacity reservation. Capacity reservation meaning you can reserve the capacity before only. You can tell to AWS or you can call to Pista House and say that, hey, 20 people, friends are coming. Reserve the table and reserve the food also for us. They'll reserve or not? Yes. But they will ask for the payment? No. Until you use it, they don't, we don't need to pay, right? So here also, capacity reservation meaning here. So reserve capacity in a specific availability zone for any duration. No time commitment. No time commitment. So if you are interested, right? If you are interested, then go for here capacity reservation. Now, is this clear till here, everyone? Online. So what are the pricing models that we have learned? Tell me. On demand, reserve instances, spot instances, dedicated host, dedicated instances, capacity reservation. And the last one and latest one, AWS came up with something called savings plan. What is that? Savings plan, not your LIC, okay? LIC saving plan. Okay, savings plan. Now, the saving plans is same as your reserve instances. It is same as your reserve, but it has a lot of flexibility. I'll write here. So same as reserve instances, but it has little bit different strategy. So here also, how many years commitment? 1 or 3 years. 3 years commitment to the amount of usage and use for your long workloads. And then you get discount based on long-term usage. Here you get discount based on long-term usage. So, and it is also locked to specific instance family. I'll talk about what is instance family and region. Flexible across instance size, OS, and tenancy. So you have a lot of flexibility here. You can change the instance size, instance OS, instance tenancy. You can share, you can change, right? But it's specific locked to only particular region. So this is what here we call it as savings plan. What is it, Nana? Saving. So can you tell me now, without looking or without seeing, how many models are there? Total, how many are there? 7. Without seeing, tell me. First one, on demand, reserve instances, spot instances, dedicated host, dedicated instances, capacity reservation, savings plan. Fatafat, you need to answer now. Fixed price, on demand, commitment, reserve instances. How much discount? 72. How many years commitment? 1 or 3 years. Bidding, spot. I want to book the entire host machine, dedicated host. I want to have a dedicated EC2 instances, dedicated. I want to reserve the capacity. I want more flexibility. Simple. Okay, so you will get so many questions here in the certification also, in interviews also. And one last question here. So in our course, which model that we use? Which one? On demand. Do you want to reserve the machines? Do you go and spot? I'll show you how to reserve, how to spot. But do you go and dedicated book the entire host machines? Whenever we want, we launch it. Whenever we don't, we will terminate it. Which one is that model? On demand. Which one is that? On demand. Okay. Online is clear till here, everyone? So Harish is asking, sir, in general, for which instance model we use in real time? Okay. In real time, tell me which one we'll use. Should I tell you one small real time requirement now? Let's say, what is the name? Ritu Raj. Ritu Raj. I'll say Raj. Raj. Easy. So Raj went and joined one company. He joined the company. And in that company, the manager said, Raj, I know you're AWS engineer. We are paying a lot of money on EC2 service. We are paying a lot of money on EC2. As your AWS engineer, can you go and do cost optimization, reduce the cost? This is the requirement that he gave, real time. So now Raj went and first he logged into the console and he saw so many machines running. The first question that he asked, because the manager doesn't know Raj is whose student? Riya's student, right? Call her up, right? And then what he did was, he saw so many machines running and he went and asked, hey manager, you have so many machines running. You want this running for the next year also? He'll say, yes, it's a big project. It's a big project. I want next 1 year, 100%. I need all the machines. And he saw all the machines are running on which pricing model? On demand. Which model? On demand. On demand meaning obviously you need to pay the fixed price or not. Now what you need to do now? Convert to reserve. Whatever the machines that they are using, now he has converted all those to reserve instances. And as the manager say 1 year guarantee, so how many years you need to do the commitment now? 1 year. So once you do 1 year commitment, do the upfront payment, and next month onwards, assume that he's paying $10,000 per on EC2, only on EC2. Next month onwards, how much discount that he'll get? 72% discount. That means you will be ending up to $3,000 only. And your manager will say, wow, promotion. Understood? So like this in your real time, most of the people without knowing, I'm telling, real time, those who are working experienced people, they don't know all these things inside. So what they do is they got a requirement, they go and launch machine. That's it. But do they know about the pricing models? Very few people know. I'm not saying no one knows. Very few people know that, okay, we have reserve instances. You need to do the cost of, are you paying or company is paying? Company is paying, no? If it is your account, sir, tell me what else models are there, right? I'll do all models, right? So that's the reason here in company also, you need to take care of the cost optimization, because manager will come to you and ask why we got this much bill. And you should be in the position to do the cost optimization. This is so-called FinOps. What's that? Have you heard about DevOps? Now this is called FinOps. FinOps meaning what? Financial operations. So if you are good in these kind of things, so you will also call it as FinOps. FinOps is not a separate subject that will come under infrastructure only. But you have heard somewhere, no? The posters also will teach FinOps and all. So I don't say I'm not separated. It's a part of course only. Okay, FinOps. Okay, hope this is clear till here. Harish, clear? Okay. Oh, so when we have dedicated EC2, why we have no control on it? So that is the model they have. If you want the control on the placements, Avinash, go for dedicated host machine. Okay. So experience part is in terms of bidding, how it works. So don't worry. So how it works, guys, we will be going with on demand, and I'll show you the spot also. How do we spot? Nothing. So you have in the console, you need to put the AWS will give you the base price. This machine, let's say you selected 8 GB RAM, and AWS will say, hey, this is 20 rupees per hour. Example, I'm saying that is base price. And how much you need to put? Little bit more on that. If you put it and click on request will go to the AWS. And if that request is satisfied, you will get the machine automatically. Simple as that is spot. Okay. Theory. No, it will be immediately. Okay. Okay, Nana. So let's go for, okay. Now we have seen the pricing models. Now there is one customer will come and say, hey, AWS, I want to launch EC2 instance. You'll say, okay, good, launch. But that customer will say, I need more memory. What is that? I need more memory. Another customer will come and say, hey, AWS, I need more CPU. Another customer will come and say, I need more storage. Another customer will come and say, I need more graphics related things. Different types or not? Is it good? AWS will come and say that only I have this machine, use this machine. Is it good that AWS will say? So here machine is nothing but instances or not? EC2 instance or not? So now as we have different types of requirement, so AWS came up with something called EC2 families. What is that? EC2 families. Families mean different families. Yes or no? And different families have different persons or not? Here also we have different types of families. For example, we call it as general instances. What is that? General instances. Memory instances. Memory instances. CPU instances. Storage instances. Right? And GPU instances. There are so many. I'm not writing all these things. There are different families are available. So now tell me, each and every family has different types. Different types. Which type? Instance types. What types? EC2 family is there. Inside the EC2 family, what we have? We have different instance types. So you tell me which family we should use here. General instances, because we are generally going launching Summa, we are launching it. But if you have your application, Java application need more memory, in which family that you should choose? Memory instance. In memory instance, you have different instance types will be there. You want 4 GB, 8 GB, 16 GB, 64 GB. How much GB that you need? Go for it. And you have memory instances which are mainly focused on memory. If you have the application which is required more CPUs, then go and check in CPU. Now you have a requirement that, sir, I don't need that much memory, that much CPU. I want good memory machines, normal machines. Then general purpose. So which one we should go for here? General purpose. So is it mandatory to go for general purpose all the time? No, based on the requirement. So here each family has what? Instance types. This word is very powerful. So this instance type will be there. You should be using this till end of the course. What is that? Instance type. Let me, instance type is the combination of, very good, CPU and man, very good, yeah, very good. So instance type is the combination of what? CPU and then memory. So AWS has something called instance type. Example, instance type. There is different types are there, but I'm telling you one type. T2 type is there. What's that? T2 type is there, T3 is there, T4G is there, R3 is there, M is there, XA is there. There's so many different types are there. But here I'm telling only few here. T2 Nano, what is the instance type here? T2 Nano, which is having 0.5 GB. How much GB RAM? 5 GB RAM. How many virtual CPUs we have? Only one. After Nano, what we have? T2 Micro we have. Micro has how much GB RAM? 1 GB RAM, 1 CPU. After Micro, what we have? T2 Small. What is that? T2 Small. 2 GB RAM. How much CPUs? 2 CPUs. After Small, like T-shirts, medium. Next, T2 large. Next, X large. Next, 2X large. Next, like this, X, there are so many instance types are there. So what is the difference between instance type? The number of RAM and CPU are getting increased. Whichever, how much CPU or RAM you need, select that instance type. So now, guys, so sir, which instance type which is free for us? T2 Micro. Say that. Say that. 3 times, tell me. T2 Micro. Which one? Which one? This is the dangerous thing that you should remember. Because that 4 lakhs wala is there, no? He might have launched T2 2X larger. Big machines he has launched. Big machines. So, but you, whenever, till end of the DevOps course, in this course, so we should use always, which one? Only J for T2 Micro, not Balaya, okay? T2 Micro. Remember, always go and launch T2 Micro. But there are a few tools and softwares which will not work on T2 Micro because how much GB RAM? 1 GB RAM. What is how much GB RAM is your phone? In your phone, 4 GB RAM. Your phone has 4 GB RAM. Machine 1 GB RAM will work. No. But in DevOps, whenever you install any Kubernetes, whenever install Nexus, whenever install any application, that require T2 medium minimum. But only that 1 hour AWS will charge. But it's very simple, very easy, very small only. Okay. But till in the entire course, which is by default, we should use T2 Micro. One more time. Which one? Early morning, if I wake up early morning in your house and ask, hey, which machine you should launch? T2 Micro. And again, I'll tell this also. You got habituated like T2 Micro like this. So you go to real time in company and your manager asked, hey, go and launch T2 large. And you say, hey, Kavardhan, my Riyaz sir told only to launch T2 Micro. What are you talking? Hey, no, launch. Hey, So remember, so now here it is T2 micro, but in real time it might be something, because T2 micro, why? Because it is free. Because it is free. You should not get the bill, no. If you follow, don't, no bill. If you don't follow, bill. Follow meaning here, I told you that which one you should use, T2 micro. But if you go and launch as like a attitude star, like T2 small and medium, you will get the bill. Okay. Understood. So that's the reason why. So you should follow me. Nice. Okay, now. T2 micro is less bill. You know how much in real time T2 micro will be charged? 1 rupee. How much? 1 rupee per hour. 1 rupee per hour. Okay. What is scalability? Scale up and then scale down. How do you achieve scalability? Wow, very good, yeah. I hope you will be like this till end of the course. Okay. Whenever I ask the question, you should be able to answer it. If you are answering my questions in interview, boom badal. I mean, okay. Okay. Scalability. Right? Scalability can be achieved in AWS by changing the instance type. Now changing the instance type is there. What is the instance type we are using here? T2 micro. Which instance type? T2 micro. So which is the instance type we should be using? T2 micro. Okay, now T2 micro you're using and everyone started shouting, hey, this is very slow. What will you do? Change, no? Change to T2. Change what? Instance type. Change from T2 micro to T2 small. That is also not sufficient. Then that is also not sufficient. No? What is this called? Scalability. What is this called? Scalability. And this is called scale up. What is that called? Scale up. Now there is no customer, project is gone. Now you are using T2 X large. Do you need T2 X large now? Now what you do? Scale down. Come back to T2 micro. What is this called? Scalability. What is this called? Scalability. And now tell me, can you do the scalability while EC2 is running? What do you need to do? Stop. So anytime you can do scale up, anytime you can do scale down. But you have what here? Okay, by the way, when you do the scale up, when scale down, data is lost. Why? Data is not lost. Correct. Why? What is the reason? Where the data is stored? Volumes. Where data is stored? Volumes. Here I'm talking about EC2 instance. EC2 instance is, whenever I talk about EC2 instance, that is related to instance type. How much GB RAM, how much GB, I mean, how many CPU, that is instance type, that is EC2 instance. But all the data is stored where? Volumes. If you are doing stop, data will be lost here. No, it will be there forever. So until you delete it. So now tell me, when you do scale up, scale down, data is lost? No, because data is stored in. If you stop and start the EC2 instance, data is not lost because data is stored in volume. What volumes are those? ABS volumes. Nice. And do you need to, so can you do, we need to stop the machine or not? You need to stop the EC2 instance to change the instance type. Change the instance type. So what is this called? We need to have downtime or not? Yes, you need to have a downtime. Why can't we decrease? Again, I'm telling you. That is volumes you're talking, Kishore. So instance type is different, volumes are different. Yes or no? Instance type we can decrease or increase. That is called scalability. But is it possible to increase or decrease volumes? You can increase, but you cannot decrease. Did we learn in that basics or not? Okay. Is it clear till here, everyone? When we increase the capacity of the server, that time we need to change the instance type, sir. What is it? When we increase the capacity of yes, we need to change the instance type. Yes, correct. So guys here, Sajid and everyone. So whenever you say increase the capacity, increasing the capacity meaning you're increasing the 2 GB RAM to 4.8 or not. So that is nothing but changing the instance type. Yep. Okay. Okay. So guys, there are so what is that? Altaf. What is the storage of instance? What is storage of instance? Volumes only. Altaf. Storage of instance is volumes. Okay. So there are so many features and options are there in EC2. So many. But few options are free and few options are billable. But many people, what they do is they'll just keep saying that this is billable, I don't teach. But what I do, so billing things also I'll teach you, but we'll not use it. It's just matter of check. If you feel that, no, sir, I feel very bad if you don't check, I don't check, you check. AWS will ask for the check. Okay. So, so my jokes, processing will take time. Okay, fine. So we have a concept here, burstable performance instance. Say that. What is that here? Don't say burstable. Burstable performance instance. What is that? Burstable. So you know what is burst meaning? Burst meaning what? Boom. Right? Yeah. So here, burstable performance. Let me tell you the technical of this. Let's say this is the EC2 instance. This is the EC2 instance. And assume you have a application inside it. Okay. And what is the, this is T2 small, for example. How much? T2. How much T2 small is having, how much GB RAM? For example, so you no need to remember, but 2 GB RAM. How many CPUs you have? 2 CPUs, for example, 2 CPUs. So you have given to the customer, all customers started accessing the machine. You thought one customer will access, but here 20 customers started accessing that machine. What will happen? Oh, burst meaning not that burst. Okay. So performance will go bad. Yes or no? Performance will go bad. See, whenever so many people started accessing it, how many CPs are there? 2 CPs. How many CPs are there? 2 CPs. These 2 CPs are sufficient. 2 CPs are not at all sufficient. But customer are still using or not? Online. It is runtime. What is that? Runtime. So machine is there and 20 customers are using, but the BP levels, sugar levels are increasing. That meaning CPU levels are increasing. So 2 CPUs are sufficient here? No. So you got to know that two CPUs are not sufficient. What will you do now? Increase. If you want to increase, that is nothing but scalability. So you need to stop the machine or not? But you should good to stop when 20 customers are accessing it? No. But how to give the good performance for them? For that reason, at that time, what will happen? Burstable performance. What it is bursting? Performance. What is bursting? Performance. So burstable performance meaning here. So if you enable this concept, if you guys, this is just a checkbox. What's that? Just need to enable. If you enable, what will happen is AWS will give CPU as credits. CPU as credits. CPU credits in the runtime. How many CPUs are there? 2 CPUs. So which machine is using T2 small? For T2 small, assume that AWS is giving already it has 2 CPUs. So AWS will give additional how many? Example 6. Total how many now? Now it is sufficient or not? So if you want to satisfy the customer on that particular period of time, you can enable this burstable. Of course, that is billable. Nothing will come for free because it is giving more CPUs are right. That is why it is billable. Our T2 macro has how many CPUs? Only one. So if you want to go for burstable, obviously it is billable. That's why I said this concept is billable. Auto scaling, yes. But assume that you have only one machine running to give the customer. In that case, we need. But it is not mandated that you need to enable all the time. You have, guys, if you have application based, Is it good to have only one EC2 instance with the application? No, we have multiple EC2 and load balancers should be there, auto scaling, everything should be there. But I'm not talking about that. I'm giving multiple scenarios. Okay, Harish. Okay, now EC2 instance will enter into burstable mode and give high performance for limited period of time only. What is this called? This is called burstable. And now AWS has changed the name burstable as what is that? Yeah, credit specification. What is it? Specification. So the concept here we call it as what? Credit specification. Billable or not? So this is for T2 and T3. So credit specification supports T2 and T3 family for now. Anytime AWS might change. Which family? T2 and T3 family. Is it clear? But ALB incurs bill, right? Do we practice on this? Yes, no problem. We can practice load balancer. Okay, I'll stop it here. So what did we learn today? Pricing models. Do you understand the different types of pricing models now? Right? So, and also, okay, let me ask quick questions here. So what is full form of EC2? Elastic Compute Cloud. So what is the definition of EC2? Okay, I didn't understand. Okay. And EC2 is regional or global? EC2 is regional. So what is the meaning of resizable here? Scale out, scale in, scale up, scale down. So when EC2 is in stop state, bill terminate, running, bill. Okay. So pricing here is price as you go model or not. AWS will charge every hour. So how many pricing models are there? 7, one by one. First one, on demand, reserve, spot, dedicated host, dedicated instances, capacity reservation, savings plan. Super. And fixed price on demand, commitment, predictable, reserve. How many years? 1 or 3 years. How many types are there? 2 types. What standard RI, convertible RI. What is the discount for convertible RI? 66%. For standard RI, 70%. Bidding, auctioning, spot, booking the entire physical machine, dedicated host. Do you have control on the placements? Yes. So dedicated instances, only instances. Do you have control on the placements? No. If you want to reserve the capacity, can we? What is the capacity? Reservation. And a lot of flexibility, savings plan. And then we have learned about instance families. So instance types mainly. Instance type is a combination of CPU and then memory. Which is the instance type that we should be using in our course? T2 micro. How much GB RAM it has? 1 GB RAM. So how do you achieve scalability? By changing the instance type. While changing the instance type, data is lost? Data is not lost. Why? Data is stored inside the volumes. Which volumes are those? EBS volumes. But can you change the instance type while EC2 is running? No. What do you need to do? Stop the EC2 instance and then change it. So, and then if you want to, and if you want to increase the performance on the runtime, so what is that? Burstable performance instances. It's free or billable? It's free. What is another name of burstable performance instances? Credit specification. Fantastic. Super good. So continue like this. You will rock. Okay. Take the screenshots if required for you. Okay. And the second one. So before coming to the class tomorrow, please go through this once. It will be good for you. Okay, can you get the final CC for today online? Oh, hold on. There are a couple of questions. Example, I have changed 2 GB to 4 GB. What about 2 GB? Is data deleted or what? No, data is not deleted because data is stored in the volumes. No, Sajid. Sir, I have understand my name. So I saw I saw your mail, Nasir. So Nasir, you need to contact AWS only because when they called you, it didn't responded or didn't set the right code, right? So do it again. Do it again, or else create a ticket with AWS. Create a ticket with AWS. They'll help you to do that. Sir, I always okay. Next, sir, which account the company will give us in real time? Is it federated account, IAM account, root account? Initially, when we join the first organization, you tell me. So, guys, whenever we join the company, which type of account they'll give? Federated, IAM, or root account? Federated. If they have organizations, identity center concept, if they know, they'll go for federated. Otherwise, IAM user. But do they give root account? No way. Nice. The difference between T2 and T3. So T2 and T3, which is the latest version? T3. So T3 is old version, T3 is latest version. So always go with the latest versions because we have a lot of improvements are there done by the AWS. So it is just only, as I said, families. That is the latest family that you got. And if you need good differences one by one, each and everything, so just to put in internet. So T2 micro versus T2 versus T3. That's it. You will get to know a lot of difference on it. Okay. Can we inherit the inline policy permission of existing user to the newly? So yeah, can we inherit the inline newly created group? Yeah, for the group level also, from the group level also, can you guys, when you are creating a group, you will need to attach the policy or not? You attach the managed policy, but can you attach inline policy also? Possible. So instead of selecting managed policy there, go and select inline policy. So Hema, sir, capacity reservation. Which capacity reservation? How much you need? How many machines you need? And which type you need? We need to reserve. Hema. Okay, so that is all for today. Let's connect tomorrow with the next powerful topics. And then take care, guys. See you tomorrow. Good night.